13th, the Yankees lost 2 games in Philadelphia to Phillies. They are only 1 game above 500 now, and they're bad. Let's talk Yanks. All right, so the Yankees stink. My name's Jimmy. His name is Jake. I have producer BBD in the corner. Most recent patron is Flugard Gobbleston. And we thank you, Flugard. Jake, how are you?
Thank you, Flugard. Thanks, Meb Kefletsky, the great distance runner.
Sounds like a fake name.
That's a real name.
Sounds fake.
It's a U.S. distance runner. Shout out Meb, recent Patreon. James, Big Baby David, everybody in the chat, what's up? Everybody listening, everybody not listening, go eat bugs. Jim,
they won't know to do that.
Jim, tough, man. Tough. Yanks,
stink.
Yanks look bad. They look like dainty. Not to get that word out there too early this episode, but yeah, man, it's the definition of insanity is not doing the same thing over and over and getting the same result, but people say that. But the Yanks are kind of doing that, and it's brutal, man. It's a brutal watch. Like, that was coming away from the Twin series. My biggest win
was watchable.
Was that they were fun.
Yeah.
Like, the product was fun. Like, 2 out of 3 for Minnesota, couldn't care less. But the games were entertaining, and the hitting showed signs of life. Today the hitting gets shut down. Both starting pitchers get rocked. These were nothing. I mean, they show the nice comeback, and there's a lot of plays you look back in that game, but at the same time you don't, because the product has just been poor.
They are 8.5 games back out of the division. There's no signs of life or changing, really, in my opinion. So we looked at each other and said, they have until the All-Star break, July 11th, because the trade deadline is July 31st. So 2 weeks into July, they have until the All-Star break. There's no waiver wire trade anymore. July 31st, you're either buying or you're selling. This is a real conversation.
Yeah.
There's not a 3 weeks ago, I think if we were trying to do this, there'd be people who say, oh, come on. This is a real conversation.
Yeah.
The Yankees players have 25 games, I counted them, until July 11th, to let Cashman know if he's buying or selling at the deadline. And Aaron Boone and his coaching staff have 25 games to figure out if they're going to be managing the Yankees next season or not. Because if they sell, then you can't. You cannot run back the same thing.
And that's
a team that's supposed to win the division, have the second highest payroll in baseball, have all the talent, have all these guys. If they have to sell,
right,
you can't run back the same regime. And you can't run back a lot of the players. So there's 25 games until the All-Star break, and they have 25 games to figure out if they're buyers or sellers. And they would have to go on a hell of a run, like 15-10. Maybe that's not even enough. I don't know. 17 and I don't know. 15-10, maybe that's enough. But they have 25 games. I think everyone that's part of this team has 25 games. Obviously, Stan, Judge, Cole, there's 5 to 10 guys that ain't going nowhere. But bullpen, you better hope these guys start hitting if you like the daycare, because Britton, Chad, Chapman, if you're selling, you guys are the only sellable pieces. And that sucks. I like those guys. So, 25 games. Clock starts right now.
Yeah, and Joel Sherman, who Uncle Joel goes off the deep end sometimes, which kind of fun. Mix it up, Joel. Have a day, babe. He came out with a pretty good article today that discussed Cashman's past deadlines and discussed players out on the market. And I do think the one that made the most sense, and he compares it to in the article, is 2014. It was Jeter's last hurrah. The team was kind of bleh, but they weren't going to sell. They weren't going to sell with ending Jeter's career like that. And I do think, hey, we'll see how these 25 games play out. If the ship continues to sink, your hand is forced. If they put up a 10-15 in these next 25, your hand is forced. I think if they stay around 500, this team is going to believe, because it's a window, or it's supposed to be a window, and like you're saying, if you do sell, like that's it. Like I know Boone, who, could potentially be a dead man walking anyways at this point. I mean, Cashman is going to be right in sight for that too. I mean, a lot of people are going to have a good argument for that with this payroll and what this team is supposed to be. So, in 2014, they went out and they did a lot of small moves, kind of like Rugi Odor type moves to try to find something, and they finished with 86 wins.
They picked up Rich Hill.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Capuano.
Put him in the bullpen. They traded for Steven Drew. They traded for Martin Prado.
So I'm interested to see. I mean,
They traded Solarte.
There is no doubt, Jim. I can be the optimist of all optimists. This team needs a shakeup, and I don't. And we said this weeks ago. And I don't know if it's firing a coach. I don't know if it's a trade. I don't know if it's promoting guys or demoting guys. But this team needs a shake. Because, there are some good things happening. We saw DJ hit a game-tying homer. If that could spark his season. Andujar's been going. Gary's been going. Insane. We got one Stanton at bat this series after he was the hottest hitter ever. But
maybe that was a bad decision from the jump. Like if they have 20, there's 25 games on the clock. Maybe you look at, we decided at the start of the season that the first half of the season doesn't matter, and we decided Stanton wasn't going to play the outfield, and that we could have ultimate unlimited rest days for him. I mean, if you're forced to, you're 8.5 games back, and you got 25 games to figure out if you're buying or selling, even if you end up going on a run, which, again, I don't think is likely or in the realms of possibility for this team. So I'm on the pessimistic side, and a lot of people refer to me as one of the more optimistic Yankee fans they follow. So that's pretty bad. But maybe you look at all the decisions leading up to how the team is run. When they're on a hot streak and they fucking straight up punt 3 games in Detroit, would those 3 games be nice now? You'd be 4 games over 500? Those were winnable games against the Detroit team that didn't care, and you threw out bad lineups and pitchers that you didn't give a shit about, and you told Stanton from the jump not even to try the outfield, and then you slow rolled him and don't play him, and then you sit him and you don't play him, and now you can't play. Now you got nothing out of Stanton. Like, there's a lot of decisions from the jump that, and we questioned them then, so it's not like I'm backtracking. We were like, we didn't like hammer him then, but we questioned him. 10 mil to Kluber, and now we're ready to figure out our fate. If we're traders or sellers, we got 25 games on the clock, and like all these choices, I hope they're taking inventory of how they are running rest and lineup and all this shit, because it's a problem.
Well, and that's where, and I don't know what it is. I don't know who it is. You got to shake something. Whether it is your rest program, whether it is like Stanton has to play a game in left field. Guess what? He's not going to be worse defensively than our other left fielders. And that's where, again, we always wonder where these decisions are coming from. If I'm Aaron Boone and I think my, reputation / career is on the line, I probably want to play Stanton in left field. So it feels like that decision's not coming from him. And you assume with Giancarlo Stanton being a, world-class competitor that he's willing to play left field. So that's clearly coming from up top, which, I did the last 100 games. The Yankees are 52-48. So even if you want to say, which I have, there's 96 games left or whatever, which, hey, if the Yankees started playing like the Yankees are supposed to, that's still a 90-win ball club. But they've shown no signs of that. And you got to do something. I don't know if it's a coach, front office, the trade we're all looking for, a trade we're not looking for. But you have to do something. And how about you just, cut the shit with the 3-hole and that kind of stuff. Miguel Andujar and Gary Sanchez have been hitting the cover off the ball. And you put Rugi Odor in the 3 slot today? A guy who got pinch hit after homering the previous game, as you well noted on the Instagram pregame show on the weekend, Jim. I don't know, man. A lot of it kind of doesn't add up. And it's what are you guys doing? So we'll see. And going back to what you said, the team doesn't believe in momentum like with the Tiger series. And this year, a couple times they've had a chance to stumble into momentum. I mean, go back to Minnesota. We were about to sweep, and like I said, we're having fun. We've got our closer in who's been all-world team this year. Bop, bop. And now a weekend set in Philly, and we've lost 3 straight. So it's bad. It is bad.
Not a good time. Yeah, I don't know, man. You have Burns. We only have 2 games, so we can do the Burns.
I sure do.
This first one was good for Burns.
It's kind of a good game.
Yeah, it could have been. This burn is brought to you by Manscaped. Summer's coming. Don't get your tan with a bunch of pubes, because then once you do shave, you'll have weird tan line for all you nudist beach goers like Jake.
I trimmed it up this weekend.
You did?
Yeah.
From the legends who introduced the greatest electric ball hair trimmer ever, Manscaped is now introducing the Ultra Smooth Package, a razor and formulation kit designed for the brave men out there who like to go to the skin when they trim their balls. Your new nickname is going to be Bald Eagle after using the Ultra Smooth Package. So go get that.
Is that because if you shave it, kind of looks like a bald eagle?
I don't know about yours. Well, I do. Yours doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it's just a bald joke.
Old man's thumb.
Get 20% off plus free shipping with the code YANKS at manscaped.com. That's 20% off plus free shipping with the code YANKS at manscaped.com. Trim your chesticles with the besticles with Manscaped. I got a haircut today, and the dude, when they do the buzzing on the back of the neck, like that noise, just puts me to sleep. So I wonder if I'd like ASMR barbershop to fall asleep to.
Do you use a sound machine?
What are you talking about?
To sleep.
I sleep with headphones in, yes.
You sleep with headphones in. People do the sound machine.
People
often.
have like white noise machine.
White noise.
Yeah.
I need to.
Because that's similar to the buzzing.
It is. I need
Not
to.
the
Maybe
same.
it's the feeling
You
then,
like the contact
because
back there?
white noise doesn't work for me. I need
Contact.
I need lyrics or like some movie.
But not with the shaver.
I know, but maybe it's because there's a
soundtrack.
When
We'll figure it
when I
out.
sleep, I need my brain to actively be listening to things. Otherwise, if I leave my brain to its own devices, I'll never sleep.
Thinks.
I'll just think.
That's how a brain works.
Yeah, I'll just think. I can't turn it off. So, but yeah, I always wonder about that.
Go
Maybe
for
if
the
there's like
sound
chatter,
machine.
maybe there's like a barber telling you a story while doing the buzzing. Maybe I'll fall asleep to that.
I don't think he was talking this time.
No, he was very quiet. He didn't
He's
say.
a quiet barber. I was there.
And he taped my
You didn't
mask to
see
my
me.
face.
You didn't say hi.
Which I haven't had.
Really?
Because he couldn't do
That's
it with
fun.
the strings around the ears.
Yeah, when I got my
So he
haircut, I had to
slowly-
participate, and it sucked.
You had to hold it up.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
I've been
Oh.
getting haircuts and they've been, they've taken care of it for me. They have the hooks around the back that they adjust.
So this dude's just scotch taped my mask to my face. So he just got
That's good
he got
stuff.
he got 5 things of scotch tape very slowly, and I was like, what's happening here? And then he
Respect.
taped it to the bridge of my nose, and then my cheeks, and then down here, and I was like, I kind of could have done that myself, man.
Like
But
that.
he
Not to
enjoyed it.
derail us further, the haircut I got Thursday is the first time they were allowed to be like, you don't have to wear the mask, and it was just me and the guy.
Sure.
So I did take it off for the first time because I know I'm vaccinated, so I'm not
Politics,
being a
BBD
problem.
coming out.
This is my second haircut at a haircut place since COVID, and the first time they didn't care. I just wore it. I just didn't wear it, and they were all wearing it. So that's that.
Manscaped. Code Yanks.
On your mark, get set, burn, Jake.
First of 2 in the Illadelph. Vince Carter Velasquez and the Phils try to dunk on the Yanks as they'd be going to Jameson early. Mean that in a few ways. 0.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 1 walk, 4 earned runs. A horrific outing for Tyone Old friend Nestor Cortez Jr. Magnificent lip caterpillar on him. He does yeoman's work to keep the Yanks in it. El Kraken. Gary is scary with the solo shot. Gardy. 3 times for the triple. Take that, Father Time. Good fortitude to make it 4-2. Segura, Bowman, little baby toe. Phillies infield at BBD. Few ribeye steaks make it 7-2. Times are tough, but the Yanks stick smelled something in the air. Odor, solo bomb. El Gary, RBI single, makes it 7-4. Top 9. 2 runners on for DJ, who plays an old school hit. The DJ of yesteryear with a game-tying 3-run shot. Soda time is at 7-up. Buenos Cantos. Yanks can't score top 10, and the Phils win on an infield topper. JMO to Nestor to Sessa to Wandy to Britton to Chad to Chappie. Yanks lose 8-7 in 10.
Nice. I have a confession to make about game 1.
Confess to me, please. Your secret is safe here, my friend.
When Nestor came in and held him at bay, and it was 4-0 after 1, I had a twinkle in my eye. And then Gary hits the homer, and then they get the Gardy gets the triple, and it's 4-2. I was like, this is a game where the offense is going to say, you know what? We just started clicking.
Yeah.
We just started clicking in Minnesota. Dealt a bad hand here by Tyone, but we're going to put this game on our back and fucking just bang. And I was like, it's going to be a morale booster, a come-together effort, all that good stuff. I did. I really thought of that. And then Nestor kept doing his thing, but the Yankees went like 0 for 6. They had so many chances to get there early. And then Gio's glove abandons him oddly, and Sessa lets up some hits and runs. And then, then I was like, all right, well, whatever. I was weirdly optimistic for a moment there. Then DJ hits that home run. But I never got optimistic after that because it was the same exact feeling. I was like, well, DJ needed to hit a go-ahead home run. They're not going to do that twice. They're not going to have a big inning twice.
Yeah. Within
like 2 innings. Like, it's not like they're going to have a big 9th and then have a big 10th. Not this team. So the DJ home run was very exciting. You get excited and then you sit back down and they don't score any more that inning. And then I'm like, fuck, they're going to lose this game.
Yeah, and I mean, Philly's the home team, so they're going to get, 2 home rounds, even if we go to extra innings. Nice play by Glaber to help send it there. Yeah, man, I mean, I think we need to check this box. Tyone had nothing. It was, sad. Tyone's presser after the game, he addressed all of it. It's unacceptable, said he feels fine, but, I mean, the stuff was impossibly bad. Probably talk more about him later. But you're right, Jim. I mean, with the Yankees offense kind of had gotten going. Yeah, when Nestor showed he was going to keep it in reach, you're like, okay, you got Stanton on the bench. Like, we're saving that. We still got that card up our sleeve. Like, as the game went along, it felt like the Yankees had more cards to play almost. And the Gio stuff is brutal. And guys have, good defenders have that a couple times a year. And unfortunately, Gio's timing for this one was tough. But yeah, it was a good job by Nestor. 3.2, 1 earned run, 6 Ks. Nasty Nestor back at it. And then Sessa gets hit a little too. But, man, I don't know. You're right. I mean, there was hope for these bats. DJ has a 2-hit day. Gary has a 2-hit day. Rugi 2. Gardy 2. Like, there was stuff going on, but being in such a hole early, it gets stretched out to 7-2, and they fight back, and you like it. But at the same time, it was brutal because they had Velasquez on the rope, like you're saying. They were 2 for 12 with runners in scoring position this game. And they had a chance. I mean, Velasquez fist pumped off the mound twice because he got out of crazy jams in a game his team was winning by 4 runs.
Yeah.
So that was the state of it. And
Yeah, managerial wise, I thought the use of Stanton was so weird. So Odor hits the bomb home run.
Cool.
And they were cool. How much were they down? They were down
when Odor homers, it's 7-3. Sanchez singles to right.
When Stanton pinched
7-4.
When Stanton pinched hit.
So I believe it was 7-4 because it was
3-run game.
Yeah, because it was after the Gary RBI single.
So they had already pinched hit Gittins and Clint, and I wasn't even upset with them going to Gittins and Clint first. And then Stanton is in the wings, and Odor just homered. And you have the pitcher spot coming up next inning because there's 2 outs, Odor's up with a runner on. They pinch hit for Odor, so he's one of the only guys to do something in this game. They pinch hit Stanton for Odor, which means Wade is going to then replace Stanton.
He goes to second base for Stanton Odor.
That was the 8th inning?
Yeah, so top 8. Stanton hits for Odor, grounds out to the pitcher. Wade goes to
So in the
base.
9th, did the pitcher spot come up?
It was a double switch. So pitcher slot became the
So in the
hole.
9th, it was Andujar, Gardner, Wade. So, yeah, they double switched the pitcher. So it was Andujar, Gardner, Wade, LeMahieu, Judge.
So if they let Odor hit, when does the pitcher come up in the 9th? It wouldn't have?
So it would have... Let's see.
I believe it still would have been the 9 slot in the order. So it would have been in the 9th, yeah.
Well, if you
it
don't...
depends what happens.
If you don't pinch hit for Rugi...
Yeah, I think that's what I had at the time. It would have been the pitcher spot coming up 3rd in the 9th.
Yeah.
Anyway, getting Odor in at bat and Stanton at bat, and Odor in the 8th, and then Stanton if the rally happens, continuing the 8th or 9th, or you replace Odor with Stanton and then you get Wade in at bat. It didn't really make sense to me. Why didn't you just let Odor hit? You could have pinch hit Stanton 3 at bats later, whether they have a rally or in the 9th when there's runners on in the 9th because he's batting 3rd.
Right.
But then you have Wade up in the 9th.
Yeah.
So I didn't really get that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, I guess they always had to have another player on the bench before Stanton pinch hit because they wouldn't let him play the field. Either way, I mean...
But Higgy was still around.
Right, but then you've emptied the bench, and I don't know if they do that.
But they did it anyway.
They did it
I'm
later,
saying they
but
just
the game goes into
prolonged
extras.
one.
Yeah.
No, because the 9th. I'm saying just do it in the 9th, not the 8th.
The bigger point, outside of NL double switch stuff, which I think you're on, but whatever. Odor homered in this game, and he bats 3rd the next day.
But he got pinch hit for, and Wade got an at bat because of that.
Exactly.
And that's the weird part.
And I think Odor, part of the reason they did it is because a lefty was pitching, if I'm remembering right. So, in theory, whatever. This year, I mean, Odor's been bad from both sides of the plate, and it's all kind of small samples. But he's been better against lefties this year. It's half the at bats he's had against righties, but he's been about 140 points OPS wise better.
They're just consistently not consistent. Odor, it's a home run. They pinch hit for him, then they bat him 3rd.
And I mean, another point to twist that knife a little bit, like, say if Stanton does something there, say he homers, I mean, it's still, it'd be 7-6.
Yeah.
And like you used your party trick.
Yes.
So I don't know.
I thought, yes, I was surprised, but whatever.
Hey, I mean, they fought really cool by DJ. A DJ LeMahieu looking homer. He pulled one. That's cool. Hope it sparks that. And yeah, I mean, there's just so many little things. And also the Phillies kind of were dumb. Like, to give up that Gardy triple was really dumb by Velasquez. The Nestor was on deck. So no idea why he threw him a strike. So, the Phils kind of helped us out a little bit. And 9th inning heroics by DJ and a struggling Phillies bullpen brought it to extras.
There is some logic behind why you would pitch to Gardner there. It's just what you subscribe to. If you get Gardner out, the pitcher starts the next inning, which is like a win immediately in the next inning. And
well, you don't know that. They're already into the Yankees' pen.
And Gardner's been...
Like, Nestor's out there.
Well, you
so
force
the
or
Yankees at least need Nestor the next inning.
Yeah, or you force their hand.
Because it was the second inning?
And like Gardner hasn't been great on this season, so I wouldn't have pitched to Gardner, but
yeah, they shouldn't have.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't you still can't throw anything like over the middle of the plate, which I don't even know where the pitch was.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up being, I think, fastball middle, and it's like, why bounce one?
Gardy's debatably top 3 hottest hitter on the team right now, if you have that knowledge.
So is Nestor. Slapped one.
Stupid. All right. Well, they lost that one.
Bang.
Chapman throws the ball away to first. And it was like, well, he's not going to get out of this.
Yeah.
So that sucks.
And that was, hey, I saw, Yankees Twitter. I think we've said it on here. They saved Chapman for the 10th.
Yeah.
Same result.
I guess there was some debate about whether or not to use Chad in the 9th and go to Chapman. And I saw people on both sides on Twitter. Right. I don't know. We want to discuss that.
I'm fine with what happened. I mean, Chappie threw the bunt away.
I tweeted before the 9th, you have to use Chad again in the 9th because he threw 9 pitches in the 8th. And he used everybody.
Chappie threw the bunt away, then got an out, and then got what would have been another out. So, I mean, It's just he threw the bunt away.
And the Yankees didn't score in the 10th, which,
yes.
Again, you get a free runner on second base. 2 outs scores a run.
Yeah, goddamn. All right, let's go to game number 2.
Let's do the second game. Second game in the city of brotherly love, but there'd be no love from Nola from the Phils as Aaron takes the mound versus Domingo. On Domingo trying to right the Yankees ship. In the first, Domingo escapes after only giving up 1 on a nifty double play. But there's your 3 in the second. It's 4-0 Phillies early, cheese and rice. In the 5th, Real Muto and Segura, sure. Domingo finishes with 4.1 and 7 earned runs. Buzz your girlfriend, woof. The Yankees offense, wasn't. Nola shuts them out through 7.2. The Greasers do their job out of the pen, but it's not enough to put out this grease fire. Yankees get shut out, 7-0 final.
Boo.
Bzz.
Bad game. I didn't really watch the end of this one because it was pretty depressing.
Yeah, I did watch the first half of the game at home.
Same. Did that.
Saw it get to right before it was 7-0. I left to commute. The weekend trains are a disaster. It's partially a me thing, but I had to walk from 149th in a light rain, which just felt appropriate, so I was with it. Went to Dunkin' because I was a little hungry and didn't know if we had snacks at the office. I said, oh, okay, sausage, egg, and cheese on English muffin. And they said, oh, no food. I said, oh, okay. So I left there because I wanted food. And then, by the time I got back, 7-0.
They just weren't doing food?
Just not a food day for that Dunkin'.
You run into such weird luck.
There's theories about a Storielli curse, and it's not just...
Jake points at his penis.
Why did we bring that narrator on here? That guy's a jerk. Man, I don't know. Sometimes baseball can be a simple sport. What happens if you combine Domingo and Tyone's line? It's 4.2, 12 earned runs.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
11 earned runs.
Well, they also didn't hit, but yeah.
And they get shut out in this game. And hey, Nola had been struggling. We like Nola, and he's good. We obviously haven't watched the struggles, but when he is good, they were doing the whole WAR conversation, which was pretty wild on the broadcast. How he has more WAR than Garrett Cole because Garrett Cole's defense in Houston was better, which is just a weird, like when we talk about WAR in 20 years and we talk about WAR right now, and we'll be like, oh, that was pretty weird.
So because Nola's defense didn't help him as much as Cole's defense helped him?
Yes.
I mean, you pitch to your defense, don't you?
You like to think. Pitchers used to. Dude. Where's my FIP crew at? Don't care.
I like analytics, but
yeah.
they go too far.
They miss it sometimes.
You pitch to your defense sometimes. If your defense is really good.
If you have a good third baseman and a guy hits breaking balls towards third, you might throw that.
You might throw him the breaking balls and induce that
try
ball.
induce contact the direction of the
I
good
seen
players.
Andy Pettitte induce double plays. That was off the field.
What? That's so stupid, man. I didn't know Ward did that.
Yankees scored 0. Rognet Odor batted third. No Judge. No Stanton. Their 2 best hitters.
Judge's got back spasms.
Their 2 best players.
Boone said he was available before the game. I have to do that gamesmanship. Yeah. After the game, he said there's no way I was going to him. So I don't know what's going on with Judgy, but okay.
And he's played a ton of games.
Yeah.
I think we tweeted that out. It's pretty cool that Judge has been playing a lot, so that's good. That's gonna be the interesting follow-up on Tuesday.
Would have pissed me off more if he would pinch hit.
Right.
Always does.
Which we've done.
I did that last time, and people misunderstood the entire thing I was saying and thought I was saying he should. If you can pinch hit, you can play.
Right.
Especially when you're like the only offensive stud on the team.
Yeah, or if you have a good homestand and you've played 14 straight and you won the series already and you want to sneak Judgy an off day, but then there's a chance to win it at the end, you can kind of sell me on that, but we ain't been near that.
Your voice at the end got weird.
What happened?
It's kind of the first time they were like specifically with him, like this is what's happening with him.
Yeah.
Whatever. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, they were honest. Back spasms.
I guess the other times because I think a lot of the other times he's been out of a starting lineup and gotten in, it's because he's been dealing with this whatever lower body thing is, and
yeah, we haven't
he's
heard
been
lower
playing
body in
with
a
that
while.
all year, so they're getting him in late.
Oh,
everything.
No food today. Oh, you're a Dunkin' Donuts.
What was your honest
They
response?
had donuts out. So at first I thought of, okay, am I just going to suck it up and eat a donut right now and ruin my day? And then I thought about making a cheeky joke like, so are the donuts out too? Are those food? And then I was like, I don't need to be that guy. So I just left.
Should I share my bank story with everyone?
I just said not today.
Because your trouble with coffee shops is my trouble with banks.
A banker got you good.
Yeah.
A banker got Jimmy locked out of his bank account.
Yeah. Trying to buy a house. So stupid, man. The bullet points of the story
Trying to get dinner after.
We're buying a house. Tried to pay for the house. It's a joint checking account, but I guess, sexism still exists, and Katie has to, they had to have my approval. And I'm like, why do you need my approval?
Right.
My wife set up the whole damn thing. I know nothing about this. So the bank calls and if you could just call and verify the wire transfer, blah, blah. That's how the girl talked. I said, okay. Called in. I said we need to verify the wire transfer. I'm here to approve it. She said, okay, let me just access your account. I said, okay. You're talking incredibly unprofessional. And then she said, it looks like I can't get in. I'm going to have to reset your password. It'll send you a temporary code. If you could just tell me that code. So she did reset the password.
Right.
She texted me a code. I told her the code. She said, look, I can't get in.
Yeah.
I said, okay. Well, if I couldn't get in, I'd call you.
Yeah.
And she said, well,
So let's pretend I'm calling you back.
Yeah.
I can't get into my account.
Do you want me to hang up and call? I can't get into my account. She said, looks like a representative is going to have to call you in 1 to 2 business days.
It's huge.
I said, you're a representative. I said, we're on the phone. You can't get in.
We're live.
I said, because I could get in when I started the call.
Yeah.
And now if I refresh, I can't get into my own bank because you changed my password. So I had to order pizza for Katie and I last night off the company card because the bank locked me out of my own account.
Yep.
So
that's the Yankees right now.
Longtime listeners have heard me rant about my past bank.
Yeah.
Many a times. And they can still go fuck themselves. Fuck you, Union Bank.
Ad.
No, dude, the next ad we have is awesome. Before we get into awards.
No, let me get out the Union Bank ad. Our 2 best hitters didn't play 75% of this series. Our 2 starting pitchers got lit up. Sometimes baseball's even simpler than all the crap going around the Yankees right now.
Math pod. Our next advertiser is a favorite of mine. I am very excited. I didn't know this was happening right now. Stuffed grass-fed burgers in Montclair. Early break time ad. Catered some lunch for us. Dan at Stuffed Grass-Fed is an awesome dude, and their burgers are delicious. If you want my recommendation, I like the brisket. It's burger. It's got some brisket on top. I like the brisket burger. It's delicious. Last time my dad and I split a brisket burger and just like kind of a normal or just like the regular burger because we wanted to take it a little easy, only a half of the crazy one. They're in Montclair, 150 Valley Road, Montclair, New Jersey. If you're going down the shore, if you need to stop for a burger somewhere, if you got to take your kids to the park to play, there's a real nice park right down the street with a pond, a little island, a huge playground set my nephew likes, 2 little softball fields. If you got kids that like catching newts, I think there's a stream that runs through it. Ooh. So you go get your burgers. You say JOMBOY or Jake Sucks when ordering a burger. You get your free fries with your burger, and then you go to the park and you let the kids play while you eat your burger.
Yeah.
And then they go down the slide, and then they run over, and you say, you want to eat some french fries? And they have some french fries, and they go run, and you and your girlfriend or wife sit and eat a delicious burger. Katie and I have done like this exact day, so.
Yeah, they if you say JOMBOY or Jake Sucks, free fries.
Yeah, with your burger.
If you say I'm here with Talkin Jake, they throw a cup of water in your face, and then they hit you in your genitals.
Yes, yeah.
I believe that code works if you do online ordering
it does.
as well.
Yeah, you can type JOMBOY or Jake Sucks in all caps with no spaces. I think that's how it works on the computer. So if you're ordering online, you can use it well. Honestly, like very, very good burgers, very good people. If you're in the area, if you're around the area, go check them out. All right, let's get into the second half of the show. Awards.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
All right, pride of the Yankees. My pride of the Yankees is Nestor Cortez Jr.
Ooh.
The Yankees tied it. They pushed it into extra innings. If they had won it, his performance would have been of note because they didn't. It's not of note. And because they lost game 2, if they won game 2, we're both searching for prides from game 2, but they lost both games. So Nestor, he's fun to watch, interesting. Pitches like Buck Showalter. He was like, you see a guy doing that, and he's got to have some confidence. It's like talking about Bryce Harper. Like he's like, he might not have the stuff, but he's got the confidence, and that'll tell you something about a guy. So, I like Nestor.
And man, Nestor, we've seen the Nestor show. It's fairly wild. You get the leg kicks and sidearm and messing with deliveries and all of it. We saw it. I mean, remember when Chester was a huge part of this team? Man, I don't know. I'm happy for Nestor. Like it's always a hilarious moment when you go to his baseball reference and you realize he's still young. He's 26. Like Nestor gives off the vibe that he's 34 and on his last legs in the league. We could be seeing Nestor for another decade doing the same shit. Last guy in a team bullpen, just aiming around the edges, hoping to get some outs and innings.
He hit 94.
Yeah, and that last one, that was the one he pumped. The Hialeah kid, man. Nestor Cortez Jr. Incredible lip overhang, what he's got going on right now. And hey, he's fun.
Yeah.
Looking for fun Yanks. He's fun.
He's fun.
I'm always looking for fun Yanks.
That damn curse of yours. Nothing to yank.
Barbie doll.
Yep. Born smooth.
What was the question?
I was about to get graphic.
Oh, yeah.
You're up with pride.
I was about to say not Ken doll, because that's the usual term used for the part.
I'm either Barbie works for me.
Well, what happened?
I mean, I guess either way, I was the same there.
They actually, they thought it was just skinned over, so they started cutting and searching. left him looking like Barbie instead. You're up, Jake. Pride of the Yankees.
Any doctors out there?
Yeah, Dr. Ahmad follows
Guess we
you.
got to talk about Sevy at some point. My pride, I'm into two guys. You know what?
What?
God, actually, the other's more important. Damn it. I'm giving it to DJ. Like you said with Nestor, the game 1 became the only game of this series because 2 was just a dumpster fire. DJ LeMahieu hit a 3-run game-tying home run in the 9th inning. That's pretty big. After we had a whole discussion about DJ in the leadoff spot, he ends up a couple 2-hit days. 3 RBI all in that homer, 4 for 9. So, hey, if DJ comes back, that was the only good stretch of Yankees baseball this year. Over that, 2-week span, DJ led baseball in runs scored and stuff like that. So he could be one of the keys if we're looking for it. Hopefully we look back and say that's an impactful swing. And it was nice, DJ, he's always got the other way slap going, but he actually turned on one off the Phillies closer, so DJ.
Shout out Joe's McFly. Had a good view.
Shout out Joe's. He was there.
He was there.
Because he was there. Don't bring me down, Bruce.
You ready for the next that we
I
do?
really am.
You Yankee motherfucker.
Jamison Tyone only got one out. Was throwing nothing.
Nada.
What was that?
It's weird. He had one pitch.
But he didn't even have it.
But he talked about it in his presser. I mean, the fastball was there. It was the same Tyone fastball, but he's like, yeah, the Phillies knew I had nothing else. So they just looked for that, and if they got something else, that was almost a reward. That was tough, man. It was weird.
Yeah. When did he last pitch? He didn't pitch in Minnesota, did he?
He pitched the Boston series, and he get 5 clean. He came back out, and that's when he gave up his runs.
Yeah, he got through 5, came out for the 6 at the start of the third time
Okay.
through, and he's like the
All right.
third time through guy.
Who pitched in Minnesota? King, Cole.
Monty, Gareth,
Oh,
and King.
okay, it was Monty. Never mind. I remembered that they had the bullpen up real early for someone that I didn't think they should have it up. It was Monty in Minnesota. Because I thought if it was twice in a row for Tyone,
Right.
I was like, there's something deeper here, but it was Monty, not
Yeah.
Tyone, so I walked that back.
Walked back.
Yeah, I don't know. Sevy gets hurt as soon as he gets pulled, basically. So now the Yankees have no
Unreal.
pitching. Kluber, we had an update on Kluber. Hasn't it been 3 weeks since
No Kluber update. I'd expect one soon because they did the whole, they were going to triple check. And then they said, didn't he throw or something? And we were like, okay.
I think they
What the
said he
hell
was
that?
gonna throw, not throw, but start a program or something.
Right. Like he threw on ground or something. They said that. So I don't know.
I don't remember if they said it happened, but I definitely remember them saying it was gonna happen.
Call the doc.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, a pretty wild 5-minute span there. Oh, Tyone looks awful. He's getting rocked. Oh, Sevy's groin.
Well, because everyone was
Bada
like,
bing,
well,
bada boom.
Sevy can replace him. And then I was like, oh.
Pause not.
How long has Kluber been out for? Because they moved him to the 60-day.
So what day was his?
So he did the
no-hitter,
no-no.
The next start.
And the next start was either five days later, I think. There might have been an off day. So what's today? Today's June 13th.
Dude, one time I Googled this, and I just found the last day he pitched, May 25th. 60 days from May 25th. That's what I did. And it works on Google.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense, I guess.
Saturday, July 24th. It's kind of crazy that I just Googled 60 days from May 25th. It says Saturday, July 24th. That's when.
Deadline help.
So by the time he can come back, the Yankees may be selling. So Kluber's kind of...
Or he's here for the playoff run, babe.
Oh, a fucking playoff run.
He's kind of effective if he was healthy. Maybe you'd be able to flip him for anything. No.
Yeah, right? Like,
Yeah.
even if he was good until then and they were bad, you could maybe flip him.
Just for
But at this
anything.
point,
He's on the Yankees.
he can't come back until July 24th.
And even then, I think he's like not supposed to be back then.
Yeah,
Until, like,
yeah.
No.
August.
Yeah.
He's ineligible.
Oh. Who's their pitchers from now until All-Star break?
Cole,
Monty,
Monty, Domingo,
And it's still James.
Tyone,
Tyone,
King.
King. They'll probably get Davey in the mix at some point.
Davey will get one at some point.
Chester. Clark Schmidt threw fastballs a week ago from today. It's your Clark Schmidt update.
My God. I was down on their playoff chances,
Right.
which I think everyone is,
Yeah.
and I didn't even put that together till now. Yikes. All right. Who's your motherfucker?
Oh, my MFer. I'll go back to back. I'll go Mingo. I don't know. The Phillies, their team strength is their lineup and two starting pitchers. Their lineup dominated us. I mean, it was 4-0 after one, and then it was 4-0 after two. Domingo got rocked. He'd been having a really strong year, especially since he came back from getting sent down. He's not back to square one, but it's back to like, okay, so what will Domingo be? I guess the Phillies deserve some credit. I mean, that is a good lineup. But yeah, and 4.17. That's normally the worst start in a series. Got one upped by JMO. So.
Yeah. I'm really lost in thought on stuff that I shouldn't be lost in thought yet.
Okay.
Like, whatever. I'll say it's trade deadline stuff. It's buying or selling.
Sure.
If they're buyers at the deadline in 25 games, who are they sending for packages? And how much is that hurting the next 4 years?
The next Yankees Utes.
How much is that hurting that to help this, which doesn't seem to be helpable?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you tie it back to that Joel Sherman article. If they end up doing a lot of little moves just to try to spark anything, those guys aren't guys you had to give up prospects for. Yeah, I mean, if it's the big one, if it's the Ketel Marte or something like that, the Yankees would have to give up those prospects, and you'd really hope they'd have to show signs of life, and then when Ketel comes through, which again, you'd have to give up a big package, and he's a part of the Yankees team for 2 to 3 years, I think. So that's a big decision for someone, even of someone of that ilk. It's a lot of interesting conversations.
Including this next one, which is brought to you by Cushy Dreams. They're giving you the regular old awards. The world today is nuts, Jake. The Yanks stink.
Some Kush.
Last time we smoked in here, it kind
Bad
of
call.
smelled for a while.
I'm
it's
0 for life on setting things on fire indoors.
Well, you thought it wouldn't stay, and I was like, well, this is a pretty soundproof small room. But you were confident, so. Well, Cushy Dreams is an extraordinary CBD rich hemp flower. It comes in 1/8 ounce cans and pre-rolled joints. I got a can right here in your face. Jake has a joint right there. It's cannabis, ships discreetly to you and directly to all 50 states. They offer indica and sativa. The biggest thing is that it's CBD, barely has any THC. It's legal across the nation. So you can get this, and you're not being dangerous. It smells like weed, tastes like weed, but it's not going to get you high. It's just going to help you relax, deal with the anxiety, and all that good shit. At checkout, use promo code YANKS for 20% off your next order. Smoke your CBD with promo code YANKS, 20% off your next order. Regular old awards. Oh, okay. I'm giving out the Avarax Award.
Could you say it one more time so I could hear it?
Avarax.
Avarax. Am I saying it right?
Averechts.
Avarax.
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 Averechts.
Avarax. Averechts.
Is that a word?
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you spell that one more time?
Averechts.
Avarax.
Averechts.
Avarax.
Avarax.
It's Dutch.
Oh, it's a Dutch word.
It's a Dutch word.
Gotcha. And that's Dutch for what, Jim?
Well, there's no English translation. It's hard to do. It's kind of like
Gotcha.
it's the Dutch's word. It's kind of like Frugenfrog.
It's very similar to Frugenfrog.
It's a paradoxical reaction.
Yes.
So do you have any guesses?
I mean, I think I do, because we
I told you.
we don't normally do dibs before awards, but you were excited for this one.
When you have such a good one lined up, I just don't want it
Yeah.
stolen. I had
Yeah.
I had two tabs open for this.
Who is it, Jim?
Odor.
Ruai.
Because Odor doesn't know this, but every time he does good, he hurts the team more, which is a paradoxical reaction. And in Dutch, the term is, when the desired effect actually has the opposite of that desired effect.
Right.
The Dutch have a word for that. It's called
Averechts.
Averechts. So every time Odor hits a home run,
Right.
he hurts the team.
Yeah.
If he could go 0 for 30, the team would be better off because he's really bad at baseball.
Yeah.
But he kind of looks the part and plays the part, but doesn't
When
actually.
he looks the part, he does such a good job of it.
Yes. He's so good at looking the part.
Yeah,
It's like a
He's
good presence. But
first out of the dugout every time. Great teammate. But if a month ago he would have went 0 for 40 or 0 for 30 or 2 for 40,
Yeah.
Yankees would have been much better off because they're batting him 3-hole and they're batting him 5-hole, and he stinks.
Yeah.
And then he had the base running mistake today, so that's not part of this because that's actually bad. I want more of that.
Right.
Get him out of here. But every time he hits a home run, the Yankees are like, oh, look at us. We got that home run for free. That home run not even going to hit the books. Oh, you're saving money. Let's keep him. Let's run him out there again. The dude's fucking free. It hurts the team. Every time Odor does good, it hurts the Yankees.
Yeah. I agree. It's
It's Dutch.
I mean,
It's a Dutch award. It's our first Dutch award.
It's not our first Dutch award. I've done plenty of Dutch awards.
You probably gave it out like Dutch Rudder, you
Dutch
sicko.
Oven, Dutch Rudder.
See if there's been any Dutch awards, BD.
You hate the Dutch.
No.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we kind of ran this back. Luke Voigt started ILing or rehabbing, so he could be back in a week or so. And I mean, if Rugi Odor becomes full bench, that's kind of okay.
First Dutch award.
But the Yankees kind of don't do that. So yeah, it's tough. Again, my going away thing has been the Texas Rangers, one of the worst teams in the league, pays Rougned Odor $13 million for the next 2 years to not be on their baseball team. And the Yankees batted him third today after pinch hitting for him the night before because he's not a good enough hitter. So, cut the shit. We got a couple guys hot.
Like Gary, Andrew, everyone's hitting but Odor and Clint.
Yeah.
Jeez. What's your first award? Then how are you going to follow that one up?
It's tough. It's tough. I
Google's
no Dutch this episode.
Google's
I've
Dutch
had,
word for funny.
I've used my Dutch in previous episodes. Jim, I am doing the Waiting for the School Bus Award.
Waiting for the school bus.
Waiting for the school bus.
Okay, a lot of different emotions for different people.
Sure.
There. Some people, that's a miserable thing.
I didn't even mention the weather.
Yeah. Oh, so that makes me think that you're doing bad because, like, in elementary school, the waiting for the school bus times
Yeah.
was basically like a clubhouse for my cul-de-sac.
Sure.
Like, that was like hangout central.
So wouldn't that be a good time?
That's what I'm saying. But you making me think it's a bad time with the weather comment.
You're driving yourself up a wall.
We used to run and do that game where you grab the street sign and see how many times you can spin around it before hitting the ground.
Sure.
It's a fun one. Waiting for the bus. Waiting for the bus. Waiting. Gittins and Ford and Voight. I mean, Gittins and Voight combo. That's what you want to talk about.
No.
Nailed it.
It's going out for the bus.
Yeah.
It's cold.
Oh.
It's a cold day.
Okay.
You're still excited. Your buddies are on the bus.
All right.
You're playing a new bus game you invented. You're breathing on the windows and stuff. But
Writing-
while you're
writing
waiting,
messages to cars that are on the other side of the window.
while you're waiting for the bus and it's cold, you're doing. I had like a kind of treacherous driveway when it was snowy, but I'm a human idiot, so I forgot my gloves. Always would forget my gloves.
Yeah.
So
You
mom,
didn't tuck those hands anywhere.
it's a cold day and you're like, I'll just tuck the whole day. Mom comes out with the gloves, brought the gloves. Gleyber Torres brought his glove this series, Jim. He sure did. Couple really nice plays. I was considering giving him my pride because it's kind of the opposite of what you're talking about with Odor, Schadenfreude, is that if this Yankees season goes on, what matters? What matters? What matters? Gleyber Torres and his glove being good would surely matter. And again, we've ridden the roller coaster a little bit with Gleybe. He started off the season terrible, questioned everything, really good for a month, fell into a dark hole, which was, what was that, a series? Was that a week? Weekend? And then he's kind of been good. He made good plays this series. He made plus plays this series, and like we've talked about many times, there is some visible change there. That play going to his right today, we kind of hadn't seen that one. So good for Gleyber, and I hope that glove matters. I hope that glove matters.
Oh, I hope. It was the Detroit and then the Detroit series when he had 2 errors in that one inning, and then he had an error the next game, and then he's been good since June.
And the team told him the Detroit games didn't matter, so that's kind of not on him. Like, in a way. That's a joke, but it's also not.
Also not.
Yeah.
It's
a 24-year-old kid.
The very big vibe of the Detroit series was this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
We're saving up for Boston and Detroit and Toronto.
I think that very literally might have happened.
Yeah.
When they did their fake bench game with him, whichever game that was, he's probably like, "You guys told me this doesn't matter."
Yeah. Yeah. What's your final award again?
It's a good award. Those plays were nice. That one play, to get the game to extras, right? That another. There's so much stuff from that first game where if they won, we'd be like that and that and
Some
that.
nice notes, yeah.
Yeah. That play was really nice. And then he did it again in not as high stakes a moment. But yeah, Gleyber, good job.
They did the
Going
nice
to his
little
left.
They did the nice little double play today, also going to his left. So yeah. Gleyber had a nice defensive series.
A nice defensive series. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I had an award that I wanted to give out today,
Okay.
but he didn't play. I thought of it before the game, but now it's kind of weird because he didn't play.
Abado.
It might still just do it.
Okay.
Just have the conversation.
Okay.
I don't know, though. Is anyone else you want to talk about?
Gary Good.
Yeah, I was going to say it was going to be the Cheese Stands Alone Award.
The Cheese Stands Alone Award.
Yeah.
Lock it.
Yeah.
Cheese stands alone. Cheese stands alone. Matt Stanzioni. His home address is 143. Fuck yourself. What's the award?
The Cheese Stands Alone.
Cheese stands alone. That's going to Stanton?
No. No, not him. Not him. You ever read the book I Am the Cheese?
You know I haven't.
Sometimes they teach it in school.
Very few books I could say yes to that. Have you read blank?
Robert Cormier.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Mm-hmm.
That book that's about finding your way and shit.
The Boy Who Lost His Way.
No, it's the puppy who lost his way.
Yeah, but they changed. Your
Also
mom
didn't.
sharpened it off and wrote "boy" for you, trying to get through to you.
Who's the award going to again?
Judge.
Aha.
Judge.
Woohoo.
The Cheese Stands Alone.
The cheese stands alone.
It's not the right rhythm.
You have a mic.
It's the Farmer in the Dell.
Okay.
Like
We
at the
could
end,
use any information over here.
Judge is gonna be the only good player at the end of the year,
Okay. Garrett Cole.
offensively. I mean, you could do this for Cole too. Sure, I'll give it to both of them.
Both of them.
Offense and defense, offense and whatever.
The Cheesers.
The Cheesers, yeah. Hi ho, the dairy-o, the farmer and the dell. And then at the end, the cheese stands alone. The cheese stands alone. Hi ho, the dairy-o. You never played games when you were a kid?
No, that was when that Easter you didn't eat any cheese and your family got really worried and they added that verse to try to convince you that cheese is good.
No, you stand in a circle and everyone's like assigned a thing. Like the wife picks the kid, the whatever, and the kid catches the cat. The kid gets the cat, and then the cat gets the cheese, and then there's no one more to pick with. So at the end, it's the cheese stands alone. It's a whole thing. Nursery rhymes. Also from The Wire and Robert Cormier, who just writes young adult books that are just tragic. Yeah, Judge and Cole. I mean, we got two guys on both sides of the ball that play every day and are going to have good numbers. It's going to do Judge. It's like he's having such a good year.
Yeah.
It's the only one where you're like, yeah, that's a great year. Some numbers look good now. Like Gary Sanchez's numbers for a catcher look really good right now. And Stan's numbers,
Yeah.
but his games played are not great. Gary's games played aren't great either, but it's a catcher, so it's somewhat expected. But Judge, man, he's playing every day. It's good.
Yeah.
This season might come down to Yankee fans just watching Judge and being like, well, Judge is good. I'm going to tune in for Judge. Yeah.
Okay. Cheese stands alone.
I did not expect neither of you to not know that saying. I thought it was universal.
Well, yeah. Your mom, when she came up with that because of that Easter.
You never heard Farmer in the Dell?
I know Farmer in the Dell. Cheese stands alone was because of the Easter you didn't eat the cheese. So then your mom had to go to the school and said, when they end this song.
If you
I didn't
know Farmer in the Dell,
Farmer in
then
the
you know
Dell
the cheese stands alone.
was a game. Just heard it as like a
Maybe
little
this
song you
generation
sing.
never got to Farmer in the Dell.
No, never got the. I never played it. I never learned it as a game.
I
I
understand
don't
that.
know if that's unique to me, but
I think the game was fading out by the time even
we
I
were
played.
back. We were the back end of the game.
Yeah.
I played games.
But I
in
still
that
know
ilk
the-
when you.
I still know
explained
the.
that.
Yeah. I still know the song.
Yeah.
I
And
know,
the
I
parents,
know
don't
the
know
song.
You
the
don't.
parents would write in and, each of their kids' weakness. So if you had a sister, they'd do a line about the sister. If you didn't eat cheese at Easter, you'd finish with the cheese part of the song.
No. It's the song. Because the rat eats the cheese, or the cat eats the cheese. The cat eats the mouse eats the cheese, I believe.
So the cheese.
Yeah, Feo's got me. It's one of the more famous nursery rhymes.
I'm familiar with the rhyme, but not the full length, I guess.
Big controversy with the farmer.
And I didn't know it as a game.
That's fine. The game part is fine. I doubt they're still doing that.
That got canceled early. The second technology existed, Farmer in the Dell was in the crosshairs.
They just sing it now.
Aaron Judge, good job. Hope your back's okay.
Yeah, right.
That's important.
Dude, there's so many things. There's so many things that are going to happen if they aren't a playoff team. That might be interesting. Maybe we get to see our dude, Trey Ambergy, who's lighting up AAA right now.
L'Oreal.
Lighting up instead of watching Clint suck. We'll see.
We'll see.
Who's your last and final award?
My last award is the You Might As Well Play Me award.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gittins.
No.
You might as well play me.
Might as well play me.
Stanton?
Stanton.
Oh, okay.
Stan, because he's like the second best player on the team. And, it just ties into all the messages and everything wrong about this team can be encompassed in a lot of the Giancarlo Stanton stuff. Is he not willing to try the outfield? I mean, like you're saying, if there's 25 games to decide the season, he's got to be out there. And I mean, what's the next Stanton rest day going to be? Because he basically just rested for 5 by the time we get to the next series.
What's their schedule? I mean, the next 3 are in Toronto.
And Buffalo. So they got the Jays there.
Not to mention the double off day he got right before Minnesota.
Right. So they've got at Toronto, home versus Oakland, home versus Kansas City, with an off day Monday.
So they won't play that Sunday.
And then Boston.
He should play the next 9 games. I mean, he should 9, 10, 11, 12.
He should play the next.
Should play the next every fucking game. Let's whatever.
He should play the next 12 games. There should be no ifs, ands, or buts, and there's going to be so many ifs, ands, or buts.
Do you think he's going to play the next 12 games?
If I had to bet with my life on the line, I'd say no way.
Yeah.
I think there's someone in the Yankees analytics department that just gasped at the idea of Giancarlo Stanton playing 12 straight games. These guys don't know anything. How could somebody do that? Well, every other team does. So.
Kind of most of the guys on this team do.
Play him. Put him in center. I don't care. Give up a couple trips.
Like getting Judge the DH days so much. Let him play the smaller right field.
Dude, Judge, they're not going to do that.
No. Can't do it.
I don't get it, and I don't like it. I don't get it, and I don't like it. Ba-da-da-da-da. Boom. Shit.
Yeah.
Out of catchers with 150 plate appearances, Gary Sanchez's batting average is bad, correct?
Sure. Not his game.
Out of American League catchers with 100 plate appearances, which is like Zunino has that, and he platooned for a full month.
Right.
Like, it's not a crazy
It's kind of
amount.
every catcher that plays pretty regularly at this point.
He has the 4th best out of potentially 15. Isn't that wild?
Yeah,
Catchers suck.
bad. Ridiculous position.
Gary Sanchez has the 2nd highest on-base percentage out of all American League catchers. These are the raw data, and by saying these, people are going to comment that we're biased homers. He's 4th in slugging in the American League. The American League catching situation is bad, so it's more of a reflection on that than Gary. But you got to compare people to their contemporaries.
Compare them to our contemporaries, and I mean, a lot of what we do is, react to recent events. And I mean, Gary was benched for Higgy, like very real. And man, for the last little bit, Gary's been pretty solid. I mean, we've chopped this up numerous times here in pregame shows. Last 13 games coming into today, 349 batting average, 417 on base, a 1.045 OPS. That's 2 weeks. It's more than 2 weeks. So Gary's been good. Andujar's been good.
He's top 10 in all of MLB in runs created plus. Someone asked if we talked about Sevy yet. We have not. There's no news yet, so I mean, right?
Yes, hopefully it's a big
Probably
part
be
of
on the Tuesday
app.
up.
Yeah, it'd be a big part of the Tuesday app.
All the internet doctors were coming out.
I heard there was
Groin something.
worry that he was overextending in his stride, and they were trying to watch that start to see if it was true or not.
Rumor.
So,
Not the Yankees.
Rumor mill. Yeah, and I mean, that's, with any injury, it's always the injury and then overcompensating. So, yeah, it looked like groin stuff. They had to carry him off the mound if you did not see. And looked bad. Looked bad. The slow-mo, he instantly reaches for the groin, and then they said it's a groin thing. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's tough to think that there's going to be any sort of okay news that comes from it. But I'll see what the doctors say. He was getting an MRI today.
with us not knowing any information when the initial reports and stuff were coming out, and you see him getting carried off the field and looked like he could put no weight on the leg, you're very worried it was like an Achilles or
that was crazy.
Or knee gone.
The first couple minutes of that were insane because
the
nobody
slow-mo video didn't come out for
nobody
about an
said
hour.
anything. So it was like, okay, so was he covering first or what was he doing?
In that video, he's on second when they go get him.
Yeah. So
I guess it just body parts. Groin is better than him hurting Achilles stuff. We don't know severity of anything.
The Achilles stuff was weird to me because I didn't understand why they were saying that. But I
think that was before the video.
You just knew leg and the way he was carried off. The slow-mo didn't come out for a while.
Oh, people are just jumping.
Yeah.
That sucks. Britton's back. We didn't talk about that. That's good.
Britton's back. He had a nice inning. And yeah, they weren't probably not going to use him back-to-back days, which they didn't need him. But he should be back in the fold, which that can be helpful. That can be a nice part of the formula, hopefully.
Buck's guess was they got him one game here, the off day, and then he said he should be ready to go moving forward now.
Makes sense. Veteran reliever, knows his body. He'll have an off day tomorrow, too.
Voigt's going to be
Today he started his rehab assignment.
he got a big double. He crushes AAA, so good for him.
AAA King.
Probably because he's a major league player.
Yeah. It's a theory. See him in about a week.
Odor's going to go to the bench when he's back, right?
He should, right? DJ goes to second. Voigt goes to first.
Ford got DFA'd.
Forty got DFA'd.
Such a nice guy.
Haven't, no one's grabbed him yet, right? That we know of. So
No, but it takes a couple of days.
could be back with the Yanks. We'll see. Back with the AAA team.
And Sevy and Boone got mad. Hoke made him mad.
Boone's presser today.
It's kind of going around Twitter right now.
Very concerned.
Want to hear it? It's pretty funny.
Let's hear it.
Made me laugh out loud
Yeah.
in
real
live
time.
time as we heard it.
Ken kind of touched on what I was going to ask, but do you sense there's a fatigue in the dugout, maybe a complacency as these losses pile up where guys are just almost getting used to losing here?
No.
Why not?
I know them too well, and I don't think there's any getting used to freaking losing. Hell no. Hell out of here with that.
I just want this on loop.
And
Frickin'
I don't-
losing. Hell no.
Yeah, that.
getting used to freaking
I gotta isolate it. I just want.
Okay.
losing. Hell no. Used to freaking losing. Hell no.
We need a frickin' losing shirt?
Frickin' losing. Who would buy a frickin' losing?
I need one.
Frickin' losing.
Hell no.
Hell no.
Need that.
I'm mad. And then I laughed too loud in live time. I didn't even hear that last line. I didn't know he dropped that.
Yeah.
Hell out of here with that.
Might make one just to get Hoke in that shirt.
Frickin' losing.
Frickin' losing.
Hell no. New York media is the best. I mean, Hoke didn't even ask anything crazy.
Yeah, I do think that is if you ask anyone who plays a professional sport, are you okay with losing? That's a little bit of shots fired. So that's kind of where Booney's brain jumped. But I mean, the question was in play, and it's been the Yankees are okay with losing sometimes. They've made that extremely clear. And that's that's where Booney should take that quote and then look at the Tiger series and look at who they pitched and say then, okay, do you really care about frickin' losing? Because the Tiger series, you didn't. You guys have so many punt days along the way. Rougned Odor batted third today. So it's a fair question, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
What'd you say?
I don't want to. Whatever.
I crushed it. You're good.
No, I'm about to say stuff that I'll say for like 3 weeks when then it's really time to say this, but I think I can say it now. But I'll probably wait 3 weeks and then I'll say it.
Okay.
But yes, there is a complacency with losing.
Frickin' losing.
Getting too used to it.
Because like the lineup. Yeah.
Right. What do we got? Let's see the probable starters for Toronto, if you don't mind. And we'll talk about this a little bit. Tuesday up, we'll probably get sharp stats. We will guess the lineup. If you're lucky. So we're going to Buffalo. We're not going. The Yankees are. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
We have Monty Cole King.
Monty Cole King. Blue Jays are currently listed as TBD. So that's interesting. Toronto has been hitting. They just beat up on the Sox a little bit. So, yeah.
Cool. Toronto can hit.
Robbie Ray, Steven Matz pitched the last 2 games for them, so it won't be either of them.
So Ryu at some
Probably
point.
get Ryu.
Manoa.
Yeah, with the off day, you get
Ryu, Stripling, Manoa started today, I think.
Manoa started today. I thought Stripling
Or
started.
no, Manoa's. They have a game tomorrow. They play Boston tomorrow.
Oh,
Manoa's supposed to play tomorrow. So that's why they're not fully sure.
And Stripling started recently, I thought.
Fangraphs has it as Ryu, Stripling, Steven Matz. But I don't think the Jays have confirmed.
I guess Matt's.
Matz just went on COVID, too. Okay, so that's probably what's also in the air there. So we'll see. Toronto's playing good baseball. They're ahead of us in the standings. That was the other thing from the Boone presser that was like, I think they asked something about, are you going to use different motivating techniques or something like that? And he's like, well, the Blue Jays are literally ahead of us in the standings, so we'll try that old adage. But we'll see if that clicks.
Looks like, according to this, Ray pitched today, Manoah pitches tomorrow, it would be Ryu. Yeah, so we're getting Ryu game 1, I think.
It's supposed to be Ryu, Stripling, Mats. Mats went on the COVID list, so that's probably what's up in the air. Or maybe they could have someone jump
And
Ryu
go in
if
front
they
of-
wanted,
yeah,
something
and
like
play
that.
it around. But we should be getting Ryu and Stripling.
We'll know on Tuesday. Yeah, I believe so.
Cool. All right. See you guys. Go Yanks.
Turn it around, baby!
Tell them, Grams.
Oh, Yankees.